Irish elections.
Yeah.
Irish elections. It's a new segment about Irish elections.
Vote.
I feel bad for the people that listen to this show and Radiolab because they're like, all he does is repeat everything from Radiolab. Apparently the Irish, let me know what you think about this system, Jeff.
All right.
The Irish have this ranked voting system.
Oh, yeah, we use that in Maine.
Yeah, we're starting to experiment with it in local communities.
Yeah, that will like a leftist like person or something won in America in a race because we used that the last midterms. It was
This
great.
idea of not one person, one vote, but you rank your top 5 choices in order from 1 to 5. Now you're already going too complicated. It'll never work. It has to be simple. You're allowed to just mark one person.
Number one,
that's
Bernie
your number
Sanders.
One. You can do the same thing you've been doing.
Number 2, Hillary Clinton.
But in this version, like
Number 3, Jill Stein.
everyone goes 1 through 5. So they count the number ones first,
Jerry
and
Johnson.
then they start eliminating from the bottom of the number ones.
Joe Biden.
So everyone that had a number, everyone who voted for
Bernie Sanders.
What is the bit?
No, I'm trying to help explain.
Everyone whose number 1 candidate gets eliminated in
Bernie
the beginning
Sanders.
of the counting process. Their number 2 choice goes back into the pool and starts getting counted as if it's another ballot.
Right.
So if you voted, so there's no like Nader complex thing there where people are blaming
There's
each
no
other,
wedge.
and there's no disenfranchisement of voting because your conscience as a voter is being reflected as a kind of like more modern kind of hash array of tastes and choices.
So it's like a bell curve of like there was more 2s and 3 choices than there were number 1s.
In the event of a huge division among people of splintering, then what's going to come to the rise to the top is everyone's second or third choice, which means that you can't. It de-incentivizes the idea of shutting people out, and which really is in my opinion, that's like a great cure for the virus of fascism because it really you can't run on the ticket of. Come on, everyone wants to say it, but no one's saying it, even though 30% of us are the ones saying it. Everyone else is so fucked right now. If we all 30% of us get really fucking loud and scary, we'll outnumber everyone else because they're so splintered and arguing with each other. That would never happen because not only do candidates need to consider how they're perceived by the people that won't vote for them because you want that edge of being people's second choice at least. It's going to change the behavior of campaigns and candidates really fast. Only an idiot would be so rhetorically exclusive. They would be making this huge gamble, an appropriate gamble. You would have to really believe in white nationalism, for instance, if you really like refused to bend a little bit about it rhetorically during your campaign because you would be betting that if everyone made me their last fucking choice except for 30% of the people who made me their number 1, I'll still win because you know what? No, there's no leadership here. That's an appropriate, proportionately a gamble for you to make as a candidate. And it just causes this like, it's like a nice little NyQuil on your election.
So Ireland does this already, and Maine is
Yeah.
also doing it?
They're doing it for, I think, Senate races or congressional races in Maine. But yeah, Ireland everywhere.
There was an election nerd on this radio lab who was saying, like, you know, the way the Irish look at the American electoral system is they look at it like an IBM laptop from the 90s. Like, you guys got your democracy in the 1700s, and it was like, it's this symbol of how everything was going to end up being, and it's the thing that everyone covets, and it's so powerful and so amazing. But from back then, and is now in danger of becoming absolutely symbolic of clunkiness and oppression and disenfranchisement. It's got viruses and bugs and worms because. Oh, it was so perfect and it's so state of the art that it's not changing as fast. Well, the Irish, they got their democracy in the 1920s. So they were like, I don't know, can't really fuck this up, right? Let's try some different shit. Sorry, Irish friends, that was a horrible accent. Also, the sentiment was awful too. But they're lean and mean, and they're like, okay, how do we do this right? And they came up with this kind of weird Channel 101 voting system where you like your ballot is 5 choices. The more I think about it, the more sense it actually makes.
So the problem with our system, right? The problem with our system is that it's counterintuitive because what you think you're doing is voting for the person you want, but because of the election dynamics, you're actually just voting against the person that you don't want. So you vote for Hillary Clinton because you don't want Donald Trump to win. But a vote for Hillary Clinton doesn't make her win. It actually just prevents Donald Trump from winning.
Yeah.
So you're only voting against your least preferred candidate. But in ranked choice voting, you actually are voting for your favorite person and then your next favorite person. You're never voting against someone, or you put them as the last rank. So you would put Donald Trump as like 7.
If there's 100 people on an island and 30 of them want Elizabeth Warren and 30 of them want Hillary Clinton and 20 of them want Bernie Sanders, like Donald Trump shouldn't win.
Right, exactly.
We don't know who will win on the other side, but it's like it should be a no-brainer. But like this one person, one vote thing,
it's
it creates
counterintuitive.
Disenfranchisement, it creates nihilism, it creates like this idea of like, why am I going to go to the polls? I'm not going to get counted anyway. Holy shit. Everybody gets counted in like a really weird way when you do this voting system. Like you're no matter how outside the fucking game you are representatively, like you can watch this thing like a horse race and you're like, that's mine. That's because I picked her for third. You're invested the whole time. I think you feel represented. We're not going to change anything. We're going to go down fucking. Maybe not in flames. Maybe we'll go down like singing a fun song or something. I don't know. It's weird. I said we're gonna go down ... and you were like, in flames? You're like,
no.
You're like, I don't know. So this is like you're having trouble. In flames. That's it. How are we gonna go down?